Hiya, I'm going to play Stars, Your Ex-Lover Is Dead. It's the Final Fantasy remix version on the piano. 31's done a fabulous version of it. Sounds beautiful. It's done on a grand piano, I think, and the tone of it is great. I think it's note perfect. So what I thought I'd do was kind of listen to that and look at her fingering and pick out the tune and the chords and break it down for you into a tutorial, because lots of people have asked for that. Just to give you an indication, it took me about an hour to do that, and then about another 2 to 3 hours to kind of put it all together into a playable piece. So depending on how advanced you are will depend on how long it takes you, but it's perhaps a little simpler than you might think. There's some repeating chord sequences, and there's not many sharps and flats except towards the end of the piece, where, as I said, I'll break it down slowly so you can see it. Anyway, if you see any mistakes, or you can add to it, or you can do a better version, go for it. But in the meantime, I'll crack on, and hopefully this will help you to play Your Ex-Lover Is Dead by Stars, the Final Fantasy remix version. Okay, let's make a start. So, tune, starting on A. Section 1, what I'm calling Section 1 Part 1. Section 1 Part 2 that's actually played at the top here, but I'm playing it in the middle so you can see it. Chords, you're looking at an A minor, and what I do is I stretch the 2 A's and play the E. So that's the chord. Then keeping the same shape, you move so you're playing the 2 E's and the B to give you an E minor. And you also need a C for Section 1 Part 1. And you'll need the same thing but with an F in it for Section 1 Part 2. So again, the chords here, A minor, E minor, F and C. So if you put that together with the tune, we won't worry about the waltz just yet, but just to put it with the chords, something like this, and I'll play the tune here so you can see it. So the C, that's where you go to the F. So if you just put that together in one flowing tune, I'll play it up here this time. So all I did there was just fiddle around with those 3 notes really. Sometimes I'd play 1 note, sometimes 2, sometimes all together at different times, so it sounded reasonably flowing. Then what you're looking to do is to put your waltz into it with the left hand. So you're looking at starting with the A, and you've still got your E and your A to give you your A minor, but it's starting with the little finger, and then you're playing 2 vamps with the E and the A. Same with the E, E minor. Back up to the A minor. To the C. And again. So if we play it with the tune. off properly, so you'll hear the whole thing properly. If that's section 1, part 1, section 1, part 2, it should go something like this. So that it sounds a little bit mushy, but I'm using the foot as well, the sustain pedal a little bit there, which you might want to play around with. And in terms of accentuation, I tend to accentuate those top 2 notes on the tune, those ones. If you hear it on the record, you'll hear that kind of slightly clicky sound on the piano. I think that's a lot to do with the production, but equally you can replicate that to some degree with accentuation. So that's just something to practice perhaps when you've got to that point. Right, what's next? Next part, just to recap for you, by the way. Section 1, part 1 is, look at these, aren't they good? You've got A minor, E minor and C. And, oops, section 1, part 2 is A minor, E minor, and then you put an F in as well as the C. Okay? So, if you've got that, then you will find that you've got most of the song. So, next bit. Same chord sequence, but this time you're going to do a little run with your right hand, and I'll do that nice and slowly for you. It goes from the D this time. Okay? So again from the D. Goes, so it's B, E, B, C, okay, you'll see it, I'll play it without talking through it actually, so it's there. You don't have to play 3 chords, they were just 2-note chords, but without the chords it will sound something like, without chords on the right hand you'll just get the single notes, which is fine. So if I put the chords with it, again I won't play the waltz, just keep it quite basic, and I'll keep it in the middle so you can see. We run upwards from the D, and that's the point where you start playing the left hand. So see I mean E minor there. First in a slightly more sort of flowing fashion.